TalkTV viewers branded host Tom Newton-Dunn's interview with Boris Johnson a car crash, with many branding the Prime Minister and line of questioning as an embarrassment. During Tuesday night's TalkTV, presenter Tom Newton-Dunn spoke with the Prime Minister about a number of topics, including the cost of living crisis. The host put Boris Johnson on the spot by the host, and many accused him of stumbling over some of the questions. The Prime Minister even jokingly got up out of his seat towards the end of the segment before the adverts began to play. Ben quizzed the Prime Minister on his Partygate fine and the war in Ukraine. Mr. Johnson was asked whether he is happy with the prospect of UK missiles and artillery being used by Ukraine to target Russia. The Armed Forces Minister said he is quite happy with the prospect of our missiles, our artillery being used by the Ukrainians to target places in Russia, oil depots, for example, we've seen burning the last couple of days. Are you happy with that too? The TalkTV host began. We don't want the crisis to escalate beyond Ukraine's borders, the Prime Minister insisted. He continued, but the Ukrainians plainly, as James said, James Heap, our Armed Forces Minister, said, they have a right to defend themselves. They're being attacked within Russian territory, the borders of Russia, and they have a right to protect and defend themselves. And if you look at it now, Tom, what's happening now is that Putin decided to launch this invasion. His pretext was that he wanted to rule out any possibility of Ukrainian membership of NATO. Ukraine was never going to join NATO anytime soon, that was obvious, Mr. Johnson admitted. And NATO was not going to accept Ukraine anytime soon, but the world has changed completely since then. And you've now got a situation today, in which not only Sweden but Finland are both thinking actively about joining NATO. Quite extraordinary turn of events. And in Ukraine, where is this going to go? As the interview came to a close, Tom asked whether Mr. Johnson had anything to say to Piers Morgan, whose show followed his at 9 p.m. We love Piers, I am sure he'll do an outstanding job too, the Prime Minister said. However, before the adverts could even run, Mr. Johnson decided to get up and walk off the set as he added, "Lovely to see you, bye." However, viewers were left fuming by the interview, and many took to social media to share their thoughts. Many branded the Prime Minister an embarrassment, while others believed he stumbled over his words. Crispy penned, "What an absolute embarrassment of a PM we have in at Boris Johnson. Fully evidenced by his weak, woolly answers to everything asked of him by at Newton-Dunn on at TalkTV. Relying on his bumbling persona to see him through #TalkTV #Boris Johnson. Lynn Jeffrey tweeted, Watching #Boris on #TalkTV, and I find him as unconvincing as ever. He always seems to struggle for words, none of the fluency of Cameron for instance. But he seemed pretty relaxed and he makes me smile. While Kieran Johnson fumed, first time watching a TalkTV and the interview with the PM. Much like the House of Commons, stumbling over his words and not knowing what to say next. Brilliantly conducted interview by the show holding the PM to account. Another car crash for Boris. At Piers Morgan #TalkTV. Well, that was Car Crash TV #Bojo #Boris Johnson #TalkTV, Nina raged. Sick.